this video, I will show you how to see the sights of Havana on foot. But first we had to pay $25 for a private taxi. There is no public transport from the airport. And yes, Cuba is all about beaches, but I cover that topic in another episode. We started with a visit to one of the many neighborhood markets. And clearly, Cubans love their ice cream. They also recycle everything from cars to cans. We started with a long walk from the Vedado neighborhood to the Jose Marti Memorial, located on Plaza de la Revolucion. We did Homestay or Casa Particular throughout our month in Cuba. We always paid the same price, $25 a night, breakfast included. Note that there are two official currencies in Cuba, one for the locals and one for the tourists. One tourist cook is equivalent to $1 US. Central Havana is Touristville, with lots of plazas, statues, buildings, and shopping.
Hey, who's this dude?
Bonjour!
And to eat cheap, go local. After a quick meal, we continued exploring. Supposedly, this place invented the mojito. And if you like old cars, then Havana is the place to be. Personally, I liked Old Havana better than Central Havana. Now to visit the fort. A 10-cent bus ride is required to cross the Canal de Entrada. There is a fee to enter the fort. Why is this in the fort?
I say, they got balls. No. Looks like a fairly empty fortress.
I guess it was seriously defensive in the olden days. But wait, are these leftover from the Cuban Missile Crisis? In this video, we hike in the Viñales National Park, located within walking distance from the rural village Viñales. The park contains strange mountains. Sorry, but no beaches. We start the hike from our homestay or Casa Particular, where we paid $25 per night, breakfast included. Viñales is a one-horse town, one main road, and one sewing factory. A handful of shops and restaurants, and lots of oxen.
Slow process.
The turnoff to the park is marked by the world-famous prehistoric wall painting sign. It is not a prehistoric painting, it is a painting about prehistoric times. The locals are poor. This farmer asked us inside to help him with an email address. Once inside, the sales pitch began.
Para comprar para las navidades, un zapatico que no tengo. Soy pobre.
Since his father died, he lives alone here.
Note that the government takes 75% of local crops. The rest the locals can sell. There were no official park signs, so we just followed foot trails that went up the nearest mountain.
You are thorough.
like in Nepal, we found the chai shop along the trail.
So what are you drinking?
Mojito.
After that mojito, Christina didn't feel like hiking anymore.
I got you a taxi!
So at the bottom of the mountain, I found a ride.
Vieni los acuáticos, yes. Oh mio Dio! Dove mi parchiamo? Cavallo!
The ride back to town cost us $2.
How's that feel?
Very well.
Viñales markets itself as a cowboy town, and it certainly has the look and feel. But for tourists, there's no escaping the 3-hour package tour.
To the right. To the left.
At the end of the video, there is a link to more details. Within 10 minutes, our guide stopped us at a local farm. It seemed that this ride included a number of educational stops.
This is nicotine. Now rolling one cigar. And now it's impossible to smoke. Why? Now it's very wet. After today, it's totally dry, it's ready for smoke and also for conservation.
Local cigars were for sale naturally.
Gesundheit!
20 minutes later, we stopped again. This show was about sugarcane.
We put in here, we handle, voila. Sugarcane juice comes out.
Now coffee?
Two kinds of coffee, Arabica and Robusta. Arabica, it's better coffee. Robusta is more bitter. Separate the bean from the sugar.
She looked nervous. And naturally, all the local products were available for sale. Finally, we were off again.
Giddy up!
How do I?
You gotta learn how to drive that thing. He broken. The horse broke.
10 minutes later, we stopped at a lookout. The view was free, no purchase necessary. After 20 minutes of watching the forest grow, we headed back to our starting point. My advice? Skip the tour. Walk out of town to a farm and hire a horse.
Enough already.
We start the next leg of the trip with a ride to Trinidad. Option 1, the cheapest. Option 2, more comfortable and pricey. We did Homestay in Cuba, $25 per night, breakfast included.
If you don't hurry up, I will eat all of this.
What?
But before going hiking, Christina wanted to visit the local beach. He's going to the beach at last. The beach was beautiful, as was the scenery.
Oh yeah, Christina, you're here?
Beach service included mojitos naturally. The street food options were pretty good. But the restaurants not listed in the Lonely Planet were the best.
Christmas dinner?
happened to that?
It was finally time for a day hike in
Al Parque Natural El Cubano.
El Cubano Park is within the national park Topas de Colantes.
To the swimming spot and to the waterfall.
This was one of the many spots available to swim along the trail. Salto de Yavira. Entrance fee, 9 cook or $9. That's a swimming hole worth $9. Getting from Trinidad to the beaches of La Boca took some effort. In this video, I will share the experience. At the end of the video, there is a link to more details. We had to stay in Camaquey a few days to stock up and to find a homestay available over the New Year's holiday. All Cubans go on holiday over the New Year. So it is a difficult time to travel, but especially for tourists. It turned out it was also a difficult time to find supplies.
This is where we get all our info, an info tour.
We had found the homestay literally on the beach at Playa Los Coco, next to La Boca. It was time for a drink. From the bus station, we took a private taxi. Homestay always cost us $25 a day, breakfast included. We could also opt for a prepared dinner at $10 each. The weather was a bit gloomy, so I opted for a slack-tide dive to a wreck at the mouth of Bayo de Medio. The following day was a perfect sun and fun beach day. The next day, we opted to go to the nearby tourist resort area to play some more. A taxi ride home. The next day was overcast and windy, so we explored the village. By the end of the day, it was time for us to visit our favorite place to eat.
Langosta.
And also the only place open over the holidays. The next day, it was time for us to pack up and head south. In this video, we visit the summit of Pico Turquino, the highest mountain in Cuba. At the end of the video, there is a link to more details. From the park entrance, we got a ride to the trailhead. Pico Turqqino. It is located in the National Park Turquino. The trek must be done with the government guide as part of a package. We signed onto our package at an info tour office. The package price is fixed by the government. The park is a tropical jungle, so even in January it is hot and steamy. The trail was well marked. There are a number of different trails in the park. Our route was mostly uphill with a steady increase in altitude. Our first day's objective was a forced camp about 8 kilometers from the trailhead.
Lunchtime! 1,364 meters of mosquitoes.
Base camp was very primitive. Uncomfortable bunks, no mosquito nets, bad food,
Mushed sardines.
and limited fresh water even though it rains often.
Breakfast.
After a poor night's sleep and a bad breakfast, Christina was not feeling very strong.
Pico Campo.
Pico.
Okay. 9 kilometers. That means we have 3 more to go. And that's our objective.
At the 10-kilometer mark, Christina was very tired.
$300 meters. Ouch. Just a few more clicks. Still another hump and then the top.
This is killing me.
The summit at last.
Woohoo!
On the top of Cuba. And now for the 12-kilometer return. Ouch.